name is Colin Walpert. I'm the author of Your Feet Face Forward. I've recently found an interesting new electronics hobby, and I've always been interested in electronics and electrical type of things and computers, of course. The latest thing I found is something in the home automation world, and what it is the turning on the light bulbs automatically, turning on the path lights when you come home if it's dark, switching your phone's wireless off when you leave the house, keeping the heat controlled, learning when you're at work. Very, very clever, leading edge technology. And so I recently bought a hub, which is the unit that controls all of these devices that connect to the hub and then do things via your phone and other apps. And there are a couple of players in that hub industry. There's about 5 or 6 good hubs and devices that connect to them. But I wanted to add on a device that triggered when the front door would be opened and closed, just from a security point of view. And to my dismay, I discovered that not all devices talk to all hubs. And this isn't a limitation of the hub's capacity or ability to talk to these devices. It's a limitation of the companies that choose to work with vendors of the devices and the sensors versus those that they've contracted with. And it's ironic because in the hub vending industry, if you would talk to all devices, you would sell the most hubs. But because each hub is aligning with particular vendors or particular products, whether it's the thermostat or the door opener or the light bulb, whatever it is, there's competition and business issues at hand. Now, I always say that if something is not good for everybody, it's not good for anybody. And what comes to mind is a really good friend of mine. His name is Eli. One day I was sitting when I used to be in the business world, and I was saying, you know, Eli, we've got this potential deal, but instead of making the kind of margins that we would make, we're only going to make a small margin, about a quarter of what we ordinarily would, because we've had to subcontract and do all sorts of things. And I'm wondering, should we be doing the deal? And Eli, in his wisdom, he said to me, Colin, listen to me very carefully. If something is good for you still, do it. Even if somebody else is getting more than they should, even if you're not getting as much as you should, if it's still good for you, do the deal. If it's not good for you, of course, don't do the deal. But sometimes things can't be as full as you expect them to be. But if it's still good for you, do the deal. And this is what comes to mind with these vendors of these devices and hubs, that why can't everybody work together? Why doesn't everybody just throw the hatchet in and say, we'll all support everybody? That way the industry will go forward in leaps and bounds. Everybody wins that way, not some people winning. I assure you that if some person or some company wins in one particular realm because they think they're so clever, vending with other suppliers and not others, not so good. They will be losing in other avenues. You never know what tomorrow brings. You never know what an association brings. Why not support everybody all the time? Why have this fighting construct of negativity and the construct of I'll beat you, you beat me? Unless everybody wins all the time, everybody loses long term. And it promulgates into all avenues of your life. I beg you, work towards working with everybody all the time, as long as it's good for you. If it's bad for you, obviously you wouldn't do something, and it's not bad for you because you're not making as much money as you could. As long as you're making something, as long as you're enriching a life, as long as you're helping somebody do it. Selfless delivery and sharing, when it's good for everybody, it's good for everybody. It's that simple. I wish you love and light. Thank you.